Hi guys, welcome back to Abus and Beyond. Now, as we travelled all around... What's going on?
It was a cat.
Now, as we travelled all around Europe in the Grand California, something that was really useful was the awning light that was just above the sliding door. It was a real bright LED light. Now that one was very clever. You could unlock the van and it would automatically come on and all this kind of stuff. But we found it really useful for night time when you're nipping out with the dog and he needs to go for a wee and that kind of thing. So we've actually managed to find one and we are going to fit it now to our T6 California Ocean. Now, let's see how we get on with this. What comes in the pack? You have a simple sort of 12-volt plug-in setup, so you can just plug it straight into a cigarette lighter 12-volt socket. You then get a dimmer, so you can actually dim the light, so you don't have to be as bright as it comes from the factory. You can turn it down a bit if you want to, and there's also a remote for it, so you can control it from the remote. Real nice small remote actually, so that can just pop straight on your keys. This is the cable that goes from the dimmer all the way up to the LED light, and then the LED light itself is this bit, which is fitted in here, and it's a roll of sticky LED strip. You can see as I unravel that, yeah, it's already sticky actually, so it sticks straight onto the, well, wherever you want it really, but for us it's going to be underneath the awning to provide an awning light and also sort of easy to see in and out of the van. Now, as I mentioned, you can, if you want, for ease of use, you can just plug it straight in to a 12-volt socket. In the California T6 Ocean, there's actually a socket down just underneath the rear sort of bed shelf area. Like I say, that's the easiest way you could do it. You just plug it in and route the cable where you want to up to the awning. Now, I'm going to do it slightly different. I'm actually going to chop this bit off and I'm going to hardwire it into the existing light that's in the back of the California. It has just a normal LED push button switch. Now, the first thing is obviously I need to get this light out. So one of the ways, I'm sure there's plenty of ways you can get this out. I don't really want to remove this trim bit because there's loads of fixings inside, and I know what these type of things are like for struggling to get them back in again. But the best way is if you open this rear cupboard, which kind of hinges forwards like that, you can then see it in here. If you come up this way, you'll see it in the top. You can then see the back of that light. So the first bit you can do is, if you've got small enough hands, you can get your finger in there and try and that should just pop out. So that pops that side out. Don't bring it too far down. But it's quite hard to get access from this top bit, even with this cupboard open. So what I have been doing is really, really gently with a flat screwdriver, just try and prise it out, and you can hear that click, so it's already coming. There we go, and it pops out. It's just these little clips that you can see that you're just trying to prise out. Just stick a screwdriver in the side of these, and that's how those clips work to take out the cable in there. There we go, and then you're left with one light. Now, I'm not going to touch any of that wiring because I don't really know what it all does, so I'm not going to touch that. What I'm going to do instead is take this cable, because there's plenty of space up there to fit this box that can easily get wedged inside there. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cut this and fit another cable in along with it to feed this and therefore the awning light. Now, if you're competent with a soldering iron, I don't even own one, so I've never really done it, so I don't know what I'm doing with it. But you could solder onto these points, I would have thought, and then feed this box from that. But I'm going to use just normal crimps and plug it in that way. Also, another point, now I'm not going to be able to get a crimping tool up in there. If you don't get enough cable through like this, if you go around the other side, you can see where all the cables go up into this cupboard, and you can alter them and pull them a bit and get a bit more length out of this. So first of all, I'm just going to snip back some of this insulation just to try and get it started. Real sticky stuff this actually. Oh, in fact I can just pull it back. Like I say, I don't want to cut it too high because I won't be able to get the crimping tool in there. Red or brown, red or brown. Red and brown. Yeah, you don't want to be pulling too hard on these connectors when you're trying to get more cable in, because you'll just pull them off and then you're going to be in the right game trying to fit that. So I need to strip a bit of this cabling back. Probably should tell you to disconnect your battery before you do this, but disclaimer, disconnect your battery before you do this. And then I'm just going to take a bit off the end of these. Like I say, be really careful not to pull the actual bit out the adapter socket here, because you don't want to be having to replace that. Now you could use like normal chock blocks and just screw all the cables in together, but I'm going to use little bullet connectors. I'm sure someone will tell me I'm doing it wrong. It just goes in like so. Oh dear. Did you see that?
Oh, you needed to disconnect the battery.
Did you see that?
I should note, Sean's an ex-electrician.
That's why I thought I was immune. So what I've done there is I've fried the fuse for the interior lights. So either pull the fuse for the interior lights or disconnect the battery. As I said at the start, I didn't listen to myself, did I? Right, I wasn't happy with how secure they were, so I've doubled them over, and that feels much better. And obviously, I can't really blow any more fuses because I've already blown it. Right, now, this is the bit that goes to the box, and I'm going to chop this end bit off, and then need to just separate the cabling here. So I've just split that cable, cut back the outer insulation and got the inner insulation. I just need to strip some of this back. Now this is the only kind of wiring that you need to do. The rest of it is all just plugs in, plug and play. But what I need to do is I need that to go in at the same time as that, so it all goes together. So you see that's got brown and red, it's got black and red, just as long as you keep the reds together. I'm just going to try and twist them. It's going to be not going to be the easiest thing getting these all together, but they need to be fairly secure together. Now I'm just going to put a bit of electrical tape around that connection.
You better find the fuse and fix it.
Well, it's going to be a pretty rubbish end to a video if we can't even see the lights on. So they're crimped together, and then I've taped over the top as well. And just because it did have this sort of thicker insulation on the top, I'm actually just going to tape over the whole lot as well, just to protect it when I'm putting it back in. Next we need to route the cable to the actual outside light. That bit connects into the dimmer box, and that connects into the actual light. So this is the bit that needs to be on the outside. So what last thing you want to do is connect it all up and it be the wrong side of this. So what we've done is we've routed the cable that goes to the outside through here basically. If you get your fingers underneath the seal, you can pull that back and you can thread it in. Now we actually had to use a bit of twin and earth cable just because it was a bit more rigid and a bit of a worm, if you like, to try and pull the other cable through. So we pushed that through first. Easier if you've got a second pair of hands, that's why we weren't filming it, but if someone's the other end, they can feel for that cable and then pull it through. Keep the cupboard down and you can feel around at the back, and yeah, you just need to route it through. But don't forget to put the seal back together, obviously, otherwise you'll end up with a wet boot potentially.
So it's this cable here, just come through that bit there, and it'll be routed down into that bit where the light switch is.
So get your second pair of hands to hold it at that end, and you just need to measure it really, just make sure that because it comes really long, so it's for quite a few different size awnings. And you can cut this amazingly, so you need to decide where you're going to cut it. I think about there, that you've got little marks with scissors on, and that's where we need to be cutting it, right there. Right, annoyingly this is right on the opening, the actual plug is on the opening. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed it and cable tie it inside one of the awning brackets. So I've cut down the cable just because there's so much of it that goes to the outside, and just turned over, folded over the connections, and they go into the output side of the dimmer box. So obviously make sure your cable's in the right place. I'm just going to slot it in over that way, and at the minute I don't know which is red and which is black, but all that will happen is if I've got them the wrong way around, they just won't work. So I just swap them around, which is easy enough to do, and it just has little push connectors there, so you push them back, a bit like sort of speaker connectors, and then that can rest there for now. And I need to put, if we go back round to the back, we need to put the other light back together. So make sure this connector goes back together, red to red, which it does, and that just clips back in as normal. And then you need to feed this cable that goes to the input side of the box back up into there first, and then just clip that back in. And you can see the connections in there, and I just need to connect up the other end and find a fuse. Seems I blew the other one. Then these bits just need to connect in, obviously the other way around, and it's all the correct side. And what I can do is just pull that back, so black goes in, and then like the opposite way around to what I want it, but it will go in eventually, he says. There we go. Right, they're in, the output's in, and then it should just be able to drop inside there. It just slots in there, and you can still close this as normal. And like I say, I need to find a fuse, so bear with me. Right, the eagle-eyed viewers amongst you will notice that I've got a different t-shirt on. I've even had a bit of a trim. When we put it all together, this box that I put in there didn't work properly. So the awning light was on constantly. We couldn't control it with the remote. So CamperVantastic have been fantastic and sent out a brand new box for us. So if you have that issue with yours, if you put it all together and the remote is not working, the light is just on constantly, you'll have to get in touch with them. So hopefully this one will work. Thankfully it's a pretty straightforward job to swap them over. I have now changed the fuse. That is a right pain to do, but it's underneath the passenger seat, and oh, what a pain that is to get to. Now when you put these cables into the box, if it doesn't immediately work, if the light doesn't come on at all, you just need the output cable, just needs swapping over. It's quite hard to tell. If you don't cut it, you will have a red and black terminal on the end, so it's easier to see, but I've cut it to make it a bit shorter. But it's okay, you're not going to break it if you put it in the wrong way, it just won't work. So now the box is all back together and I can slide that back into the little bit above the interior light. That's the old box. Right, let's check it out, see if it works. You have your remote and you have a power button, and you can also brighten it and dim it. So let's try it out, shall we? Whoa, look at that. But yeah, what I do like is that is nice and small to fit on your keys as well, and it's not too intrusive. So if you're interested in getting one of these awning lights, head to the link in the description below, head over to CamperVantastic and pick one up. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and let us know if you've already got one in the comments below. We shall see you in the next video. Cheers.